Alright, ladies and germs, I am about to shoot the fastest video you've ever seen about one of the most important topics you can fathom. It is called the thank you economy. This is a Gary Vaynerchuk thing, Gary Vee. If you're interested in building business, you should probably know who Gary Vee is. However, if you are offended by four-letter words, I would recommend that you look elsewhere because that seems to be the only way he can communicate. That being said, the man is brilliant in his own right. And he has a heart for helping people. So, what is the thank you economy? I'm going to give you three very quick examples of the thank you economy. And I will not do this for the simple sake of name dropping. I am doing this so that we can illustrate some points here. Number one, when I was in the wind turbine industry, I wanted to know Boone Pickens personally. Who's he? He's a billionaire. Look him up. Self-made. Well, his dad had oil money. Yeah. It's what you do with it, okay? Smart guy, humble man. He's got a football stadium named after him. Not many of us can say that. So, I was on unemployment the only time in my entire life I drew a check from the federal government that I felt like I did not earn. I know some of my paycheck went to that, but long story for another day. Just got over colon cancer, broke up with my girlfriend of 8 years, and was let go from my job because I had colon cancer. So after 2 weeks of feeling sorry for myself, my old man said, go back into business for yourself. I'm tired of you moping around. You're a bad employee. You're a good entrepreneur. Roger that, yes, sir. So I did. And I started a business with $10,000 that I had stacked up from my unemployment checks after mooching off of my dad for several months. The only thing that I bought, my only expense, was chewing tobacco. That's it. And I took all of my other checks and I stacked them up. And I ended up with $10,000 between unemployment checks and taking a chainsaw and cutting saw logs in southeastern Oklahoma and selling them for $22 a ton, which is an egregious offense. However, I digress. I used that 10 grand and I built a business out. I bought 2 used 1-ton pickup trucks, filled them full of tools, and called everybody I knew in the power construction industry, and I said, I want all of your junk work. Everything you don't want to do, I want to do it. Okay, in a year I had 27 contracts. In a year I was the largest employer in the small town that I was living in without trying to be. And that allowed me, I got in contact with a person who was in contact with another person who was in contact with Boone Pickens. And I was able to do a favor and another favor and another favor and execute and perform until I was face to face with Boone Pickens, swirling a glass of single malt in his private booth at Boone Pickens Stadium, talking about wind power. Thank you economy. Execute and perform, do favors. Example number 2. I, in the current business I am in now, wanted to do business with The Blaze, Glenn Beck's outfit. I have a video out on him currently. You can go watch that if you want to. And I knew that I wanted to do business with them, so I emailed his salespeople for 6 months back and forth. We finally get an opportunity to come talk business. Cool. I brought with me a rocking chair that we made. There are less than a dozen of these chairs, handcrafted chairs, on the face of this planet. And I brought one with me for Glenn. Well, I carried it in, and the offices there all have glass walls. Cool. As I'm carrying it in, all of the heads start turning, and I have to walk down this long hallway. Well, Glenn just happened to be on air in the middle of his live radio show in the morning. Doc Thompson grabs one side of the chair. He says, grab the other side. Hold on, we're going in. And he pushes through the double doors with the flashing red light that says on air. And then another set of double doors, and they're on the Oval Office set at this point. Him, Jeffy, Pat, and Stu, they're all sitting on the couches. He pokes his head and goes, "Hey, boss!" Luckily, they were on a commercial break. "Hey, boss, look at this awesome thing that he made for you." Glenn turns around. "It's beautiful." I got a picture I'll show you guys sometime. Foot in the door. "Sir, I made this for you. I appreciate what you do. I would love to have a conversation with you at some time further about what we can do for you. Here is a piece of our fine handmade craftsmanship that I would like for you to have." Well, the Blaze has been a client of ours for 18 months now. That was done. That's the thank you economy. Thank you for all you've done. Here is something as a token of my appreciation. No strings attached. I would just like to have 90 seconds of your time to talk. If you like what I have to say, let's talk some more, okay? Example number 3. This is going to get spiritual. Feel free to bail if you want to. Pastor Joe Fox, he hits me right here. And he has, since the first sermon I ever heard from him, withdraw and prepare. And I knew that I wanted to be able to sit with the man eye to eye and take the measure of that man. And for those of y'all that are wondering, he is the real deal. Every single person in his assembly is the real deal. Period, the end, full stop. Okay. I knew I need to be able to talk with this man. Well, I started emailing back and forth. We started exchanging bona fides. He became aware of our content here on this channel, and he took it upon himself. In fact, he warned me. He said, "Beware, brother, I am about to blow you up. Get ready." And he did. And for that, we are grateful. Well, I just met him this weekend, and as a token of my appreciation to him, I brought him 2 of the last 3 of those rocking chairs on Earth, as well as a small table that Squid made for him, to say thank you for all that you've done for me spiritually, for bringing me closer to the Father. No strings attached. I want nothing more from you than that. That's the handshake. That's the hello, how are you? Thank you economy. And from there, we build out our relationship going forward. And I am not looking to capitalize on his name or Glenn Beck's name or Boone Pickens' name or anybody else. I could care less. I want to use those as examples to you. How do you go about targeting individuals like this? And I don't mean that in a nefarious way at all. I mean, if you, from a business aspect, when you're targeting a client, if you're not using the thank you economy to your benefit, you should be. So those are 3 examples. Apply them to your daily life, and they should pay off. The goal, the thing to understand is expect nothing in return. Just simply be thankful for the other person. Show that thankfulness, and you will reap what you sow.